Good morning, good afternoon, good evening folks, wherever you're in the world, and welcome back to another video. Something very special today. I'm actually going to recreate my mother's chicken curry. Now I've had this once, twice a week for many years. I love it. It's the way that we do it. We're not changing anything up from it. So yeah, really looking forward to it. I hope you really enjoy it. So yeah, let's get cooking. Let's do it, folks. So folks, before we start and get cooking, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut these in half, just dice them up. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to boil these for about 20 minutes. This is the way my mum's always done her chicken for the curries. So that's what we're going to do. As you can see there, this is just some chicken drum fillets, skinless and boneless. These are about £2.80 out of Aldi for 600 gram. So yeah, let's get these diced and boiled. So folks, I've put the pan on. We're going to get this boiling, but before it boils I'm just going to add the diced chicken in there. And like I said, we're just going to boil this for around 20 minutes, give or take. The idea is later on in the recipe, when I add the tomatoes, I will then add some of the chicken stock water to the dish just to add some extra flavour. So that's why we do it this way. My mum's always done it this way, I now do it this way. So yeah, I'll come back once these boil. So while the chicken has been on boil, I've just prepped the onions. As you can see there, I've just diced them and I've got everything out that I need. So I've got coriander powder, turmeric, chili. I've got some smoked paprika there. If I move that, a tin of chopped tomatoes. Any tin will do, doesn't matter what you use. I've got some garam masala, some spinach. I've then got ginger, garlic and fresh coriander. So that, along with the chicken that's currently boiling, is all you need to do my mother's curry. So yeah, I'll come back when we start cooking. So folks, as you can see, the chicken there is just boiling. Let me just put that light on. As you can see, it's going white as it cooks. There's about 5 minutes left on this, and then once this is done, we'll get in and we'll start frying off the onions. Yeah, come back in a sec. So folks, the chicken is now cooked in the pan there, as you can see. Now what I'm going to do is put this to one side and we will get in with frying the onions. So yeah, back in a sec. So folks, the chicken is now finished boiling. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to heat this pan up with around about a tablespoon and a half of vegetable oil. And then what we're going to do is just going to wait for that to warm up, then we're going to go in with the onions. So folks, I'm now going to go in with those onions. Just give them a quick stir. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to slow cook these. So I'm going to turn the temperature, I'm going to turn it down, the dial, from 9 down to 7. And I'm just going to slowly cook these in that oil just until they're translucent and softened, and then the next step after that will be to add the tomatoes. So I'll catch you in a second. So folks, as you can see, the onions have now gone a little translucent. They've gone a little shiny and loving life with that oil, just having a little party in there. Now I'm going to add the chopped tomatoes. So just go in with the chopped tomatoes. And then we're just going to give that a stir. Give that a nice mix up. Then what we're going to do is, I'm just going to cook this down just very slightly for about maybe a minute and a half, 2 minutes, before we then go in with the chicken water and the spices. So yeah, I will see you in a moment. So folks, I have warmed that through. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the temperature back up to 9. And then I'm going to go in with a ladle full of that chicken stock water. Maybe actually a ladle and a half of that stock water. So that there is just extra flavour. So don't worry about that. I'm just going to bring this up to a boil. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with the spices and everything else. So let's just bring it up to a boil. Let you guys watch that, and then I'll grab the spices out. So folks, I'm going to go in with a cube of the ginger, a cube of the garlic. They work out at 1 tablespoon each. I'm then going to go in with the coriander, the turmeric, the chili powder, garam masala, and just because I really love it, smoked paprika. I'm just going to go in there. It'll also add a great depth of colour to the dish. And then what we're going to do is give it a good mix up. Oh yeah. Wow, the aroma's already absolutely fantastic. So we're just going to cook them through before we add the chicken. So yeah, see you guys in a moment. So folks, we're just going to go in now with the boiled chicken. Just going to get that in there, in the pan. Take on as much flavour from that tomato sauce mix as possible. And just going to give that a good mix in. And then what I'm going to do At this point, I'm just going to add my 3 pucks of spinach into the mix, and just going to give that another quick stir. And then all I'm going to do, folks, I'm just going to turn the temperature down once again. It is a little fiddly, so I've turned it down from 9 to 6, and all I'm going to do, I'm just going to pop the lid on, and we're going to slow cook that now for around 30 minutes. Stir occasionally every 5 minutes just to make sure that it's not sticking. But yeah, job is a good one. So folks, it's been 5 minutes. I'm just going to take that lid off and give it a stir. And the aroma's already filling the air. It's fantastic. So we're going to cook this now for another 25 minutes. So I'll come back the next time I need to give it a stir. See you in a bit, folks. So folks, this has now been cooking for around 25 minutes. We're just going to give it the last stir, and then we're just going to put the lid back on for the last 5 minutes. You will see I've got blue gloves on. I'm working on the next recipe, don't worry. They're coming thick and fast at this rate. But yeah, the aromas off this are smelling great. The curry is looking great. I'm really looking forward to my tea. So yeah, I will come back when it's ready to plate up. See you. So folks, as you can see, this is almost done. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in there with fresh coriander just to garnish. Next up, time to plate up. Let's do it. So folks, let's plate up, shall we? Of course we should. Just going to go in that bowl. Now obviously, you can have rice to this, you could have chapatis, you could have naan bread, whatever you like. For me, I've got that many dishes coming up and that I've already done that contain a lot of rice. So for me, I'm having a rice-free meal. There we are, folks. I'll give you a better look and we'll get into the review. Bring it on. So folks, what do you think of that then? As I said, you can have it with rice, you can have it with chapatis, naan breads, krauters, you name it, you can do it. For me, like I said, I've got many recipes coming up that contain rice. There's a lot of Chinese dishes, African dishes, Indian dishes, and I just kind of want a little bit light for this one. You'll probably see in the next one, because I've just started to marinate some pork for that next video, which will be out next Monday, so keep an eye out for that one. But anyway, enough of me waffling on. Let's get into it. So, as you can see there, we've got the chicken, which is lovely marinated there with a bit of the onion, a bit of the spinach just on the side there. Cheers, folks. Oh yeah. That is gorgeous. Now, like I said, we've done this. My mum's done it. She usually cooks this, not me, because this is a kind of her forte. But I don't think I've done too much of a bad job, to be fair. Now, it's delicious. Yeah, I'm really going to enjoy eating the rest of this. This is my tea for the night. Yeah, thank you very much for joining me. I may as well have one for the road. Boiling that chicken, by the way, just makes it super moist. Doesn't dry out, but it cooks perfectly. But yeah, thank you very much for joining me on this one. And until next time, thank you for joining, and adios.